Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here with winnersandwiners.com here for Wednesday, August 5th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss with the Bucks minus 17.5 against the Nets at minus 110 on FanDuel. Got a good number on the overnight. It was minus 17.5, went up to roughly minus 19 before the game. Nets were up at the half, and then the Bucks decided to pull everybody. They took Giannis out for the entire second half, took Middleton out for the entire second half. It was the third biggest underdog outright moneyline winner in the NBA in the last 30 years. So, yeah, huge upset there. I feel like all of Twitter, especially for the gambling side, got burned by that game. And, yeah, good for the Nets. Ended up showing out with a bunch of unknown guys, and they end up getting a win out of it. So good for them. But we're going to look to bounce back here with another NBA play here on Wednesday. It's going to be on an Eastern Conference matchup between the Toronto Raptors and the Orlando Magic. In this game, we're going to be taking the Raptors minus 6, which is available at minus 115 on Bet Online. Now, if you shop around, you mostly can find 6.5. I saw 6 was available on Fox Bet at minus 118, but Bet Online had 6 at minus 115, and I'd easily give away 5 cents of juice for an extra half point in comparison to the 6.5 when you're also getting a push draw out of it. So, yeah, the play that is going to be on the Raptors minus 6, which is available at minus 115 on Bet Online. A couple reasons why I like the Raptors in the spot. First of all, I don't really think there's been a better team in the bubble so far besides the Raptors. Maybe you can argue the Suns, but the Raptors have looked insane ever since they actually showed up to the bubble. Beat the Lakers by 15. They beat the Heat yesterday by 4. The Heat game was very good. I think you can see how good the Heat are this season, especially in the bubble as well. And Toronto ended up handling them. Now they're playing Orlando, who just lost to the Pacers by 11 points. The issue that the Magic have is that they are awful on defense right now. If you look at how they've performed defensively, they've given up at least 116 points in each game, in each of their 3 games in the bubble. Meanwhile, the Raptors have not given up more than 103. So Toronto defensively has been fantastic. The Magic defense has been awful. And it should be even worse since Jonathan Isaac is now going to be out for the year with the torn ACL. They couldn't stop TJ Warren yesterday. He didn't miss a single shot. Orlando doesn't have a shutdown defender now, and they can't stop anybody. Meanwhile, Toronto has Siakam. You got Gasol in the paint, who's a very solid defender. You also have Anunoby, who's pretty good defensively. Lowry's a very good defensive point guard. Ibaka's a very good rim protector. Toronto just has a lot of just phenomenal defensive players, and Orlando does not. And I think that Orlando will struggle to get stops while Toronto should get stops more easily. Plus, Toronto has owned Orlando lately. If you've looked at the 3 matchups this season, Toronto has won each of the 3 meetings by at least 7 points. If you want to flash back to last year, Toronto ended up beating the Magic in the first round of the playoffs in 5. 4 of those games being pretty handily, with the exception of the Magic winning game 1. So Toronto has dominated Orlando in the past. They've looked like the much better team in the bubble. And I think Orlando, especially without Isaac, is just a mess defensively. You've already seen some movement on this game. It opened up at 5, up to 6, 6.5 in some spots. It probably should close 7, closer to 7.5, because I really don't see who's going to be betting the Magic in this game based on how good Toronto has looked. And for that reason, the play today once again is going to be on the Raptors minus 6, which is available at minus 115 on Bet Online. Other than that, though, that's going to be the installment of Scott's Selections here for Wednesday, August 5th. And good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.